Tier 2 tonight. I'm joined by the rudest of boys, GT1 driver Alex Knowles.
Hi, you're right. I'm the rudest of boys, apparently.
Always have been on Valtteri.
Well, I'm looking forward to some good racing tonight.
Hopefully it will be, mate. That is the aim. Hopefully no spinalas either. Obviously a shortened grid. All we need to do is set a time in Q1 and they're all through to Q2 where it gets a little bit more interesting. But now we just got to fill the gaps. Wait for some comments to come in.
Well, just want to say it's a bit more practice session, this one, isn't it? Because obviously there's only 15 drivers at the moment, so it'll be a bit of a slow one, Q1. Everyone's going out. Well, it looks like there's 2 people out on the, well, put mediums on and ready to go. Everybody else going out on track on the softs, just to get a feel for the track.
Definitely. Obviously, you know, nobody really wants to be binning it straight away, straight out of the blocks, but it can happen around here as the track does come at you at a rate or not. So, be interesting to see if anybody does bin it.
And first comment of the night is Starburst, and I won't tell you who it's from, but I think it's probably carrying on from Sean counting his Starburst last night. So yeah, something for you to think about as they go out on track. We can spectate the guys thinking about their Starburst as they go around. Thanks to Droftas for that comment. Unfortunately, Nova Gio isn't here tonight. He couldn't make it for whatever reason. Becca has said evening. So yeah, I think it's calmed down a bit in the comments now that Droftas has introduced himself. It's not an upgrade, Becca, as well. I don't know what you think. Comparing me to Gio, that's a bit of a bit of an outstanding comment that is. But and then the track comes at you like a shark with knees from somebody who will remain nameless. I'm just here to listen to the hyena laugh for an hour. As Maz has joined, so it's going to be 16. Can he get into his car?
You should be able to in quality.
Drivers.
It has changed for this year. But,
all right, well, that's the comments for now, mate. So you can crack on with the commentary of the actual.
I'll try as much as I can. But Seppo's coming through the first sector. Obviously, every Delta's going to be purple. So 30.2 goes a little bit deep and onto the grass. But obviously, it doesn't matter too much right now. Just setting that lap, and then you don't need to worry about it. Getting P1 in Q1 really doesn't mean anything. So we'll see what he does. 49.0 through sector 2. Come around the stadium section, quite tricky with the traction coming out of there. But now into the last real corner on the track. Keeps it nice and tidy. Stays to the right hand side, all the way to the line with DRS open. So 110.5, it's on the starting lap.
That's a good lap. Good, decent time for Q1, isn't it? I think.
Definitely.
We've got another one. There's the star striker Philip Mitchell has popped up saying good evening from him, and good luck to all as well. So hopefully he can put on a star performance in this qualifying as well, and in the race later on. Obviously it's NUF1 who is currently in the pits at the moment, waiting for his time to shine in qualifying 1.
I actually believe his name should be VIL Mitchell.
VIL Mitchell, yeah, I think you should consider changing that as well, Vil. But yeah, but we'll come back to that one next week when you hopefully have changed it by then. NUF1 will be driving tanked up on his way to the Vic. Straftas. So there we go. Yeah, I think no drinking and driving, but otherwise you're all right. Carry on.
We've had a few more times set. Madden with a 110.6, Mars on the mediums with a 111.0, Araberk with a 111.3, and Gods on those mediums with a 111.5. So time's now starting to be set. Obviously, it doesn't matter what time we set, as I said before.
Yeah, I thought Maz joining would make it 16, but it hasn't, has it? I don't know what's happened there.
With Maz's connection at the moment, I think he probably would have lagged out. No offence, Maz, but
I seem to still on my screen.
It seems to say that you've joined and you've left more times than I changed my underwear.
Well, depends how often that is, to be fair as well, doesn't it?
Twice a day.
Oh, after accidents. Anyway, I think Maz has just started his lap.
Lowered the tone!
So is Redbow. Redbow's the lead car on an actual lap, I think, at the moment. So she's in the Alpha Tauri.
Yeah,
Of course, Josh Lester said, "I'll leave you lads to it. Good luck. We'll need all the luck we can get." Well, I do anyway. So, as you probably know, my commentary is absolutely atrocious. So that's why I'm just here to read the comments out basically and have a laugh with Dan. So yeah, I'll let you. Oh, she's gone purple in the first sector, but I don't know what that means. Whether it means to I don't understand this game because I don't know whether that means it's purple overall or purple to P6.
You know, this is worrying that you're my teammate on a Wednesday night and you don't know what the purple delta means.
Well, she's gone purple again, but I still don't know what that means. You need to explain it to me, mate.
Well, at least...
Because I don't understand whether it means purple to P6 or purple because they've set a time.
Or it's valid as well.
Or whether it means purple overall.
At least, well, before I explain that to you, mate, at least there's obviously one lady from Wales who does turn up on a Saturday night. I'm not going to mention that Josh has bailed again. But, you know, we'll leave that one there. But Maz goes quickest at a 1:10.0. Purple Delta, mate. I think on your first lap, I mean, it looked quicker than what was set already, so I'll go on that. But Cody's, you know, does lie a lot, sort of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So sometimes I wouldn't even believe that personally. But green means good, red means bad.
Thanks for that. Really helpful, that.
Purple means party mode.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I'm not allowed any of that.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know whether you watched qualifying from Italy today, but it was a bit of a, well, yeah, for lack of a better word, it was a bit of a mess.
I mean, I've seen better...
Even in Q1 it was a mess, like, compared to Q3 last season, put it that way.
Well, so, yeah, it was...
Hopefully these guys can all keep it on track, apart from Ask, who's just had a bit of a spin there, going into Sector 2, I think it was, in the Red Bull. I think he's damaged his front wing and he's definitely invalidated his lap as well. So we'll have to come back around.
Definitely a little bit of damage going on there. Who else have we got? See this on a lap now in the Alfa Romeo, coming round to the end of Sector 2 with the RS wide open now. He's looked very steady this year so far. Obviously would hope for a few better results, but looking good.
We will see this time, see what it is. Let's see if it's any good. As he crosses the line, or he comes around the final corner, he doesn't, or he just stays on the curve slightly, too long there, I think, but kept it going.
Sammy's
is he going to be...
I don't know when you know what Sammy's doing, but he needs to start moving that car or he will get disqualified.
Yeah, he's just got it going, I think. He probably had a bit of anti-stall coming in there. But he's got it going again, that Mercedes. I think Ish on a lap. Ish is the only other person on a flying lap anyway at the moment in the Williams.
Finish his lap on board with him at the moment and see what he can set. A 49.8 middle sector, through the middle, sorry.
I don't know what sector times are good, really, to be fair.
No, to be fair, around here I'm not really too sure.
I'm looking at a 110 as a fast time. So that's my ballpark, really.
110 for a Q1 lap's pretty solid. With obviously track acclimatisation to come, so hopefully by the end of Q3 it'll be a lot better. But no, as a starting out lap, it's very solid. As Ishinoji goes P7 with a 1:11.3. CC this did end up setting a 1:11.5. But yeah, nothing else really happening.
Going purple there in Sector 2. I think he's the next car across the line in the Ferrari. Oh no, he's just invalidated, sorry. The commentator's curse just kicking over to him now, and yeah, he's invalidated. So it's Sammy on his lap now. Is he going to get... Oh, he just almost got invalidated there on the final curb. But he comes around the banking and over the line, and he does... What does he do? He does an 11.3, so probably safe-ish at the moment. Well, he's going to be safe-ish at the moment. There's only 15 cars aboard. So I didn't notice that. But yeah, he should be all right with that sort of time to be able to crack on into Q2. Redbow's almost got blocked there by I think that's a Williams, isn't it? But she goes P2 regardless. So great time there from Redbow.
looking very solid again. Obviously, a couple of good weeks through the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, looking very solid at the moment. Can't really count her out for a win. Expect her to be on the podium with some of the pace that she has.
Depends if she lags out or not, really, but we'll find out later on in the race.
Oh,
Usually it's on lap 36 out of 36 that she lags out, so we'll see.
we know all about that Worth connection.
We'll wait till the end to see how bad it is.
Don't know how good it works in the valleys.
But well, hopefully she'll be hoping that she can carry on the performances I know that she's done already at Zandvoort. So and hope not lag out and get a good result from tonight's race. But starting P2, well, if she stays in P2, that'll be a pretty good position to start in, wouldn't it?
Oh,
but
definitely.
The next guy on the lap, I think it was the only one on the lap. Hang on, I'll double check that because I'm not sure. I think Rory Clown might be on a lap as well, but Ask is the first one to come around. He's in sector 2 or sector 1, sorry, at the moment, coming around into sector 2 as it stands.
I was going to read out the standings, but I can't.
Oh, why is
because I don't have the. I can't see him.
Oh, neither can I.
We won't bother with that one. We'll move on. We'll guess them.
Yeah, if we had the standings, we could talk about the standings, I suppose. If anybody wants to send us the standings, that would be great, I suppose, as well. My Discord is the same as my PSN, so please send it across. I'll look forward to seeing that. But in the meantime, we'll just have to ramble on as Ask goes up to P3 with 2 lap hold softs now, and I think Rory Cloud's gone up to P3. Sorry, just saying a faster lap there on 3 lap hold softs. He's on. So yeah, pretty good time there on old used softs from Rory Cloud in McLaren.
Definitely looking very good again. Obviously another great performance last time out. And some of these guys look very, very solid this year so far. I think obviously Beefy's looked good. Fatality again looking good last week. Obviously no Rick VGR last week who gave us a bit of entertainment towards the back end of the Grand Prix last week in Australia. So bit interested to see if anybody can step up and take that crown for him. But we're going to ride on board with Latifi Beefy just to see what sort of lap he can set. Obviously doesn't matter too much. Had a little bit of a wobble touching that inside curve out of turn 1. But coming through, honestly doesn't matter what he does. So the excitement in the voice won't be there just yet. But hopefully,
it's just, like I said earlier at the beginning, it was just a bit of practice, isn't it, really, this one? Making sure everyone's familiar with the track. I mean, they're probably familiar with the track themselves anyway, doing all the practice beforehand. But yeah, I think they've got no pressure on this quality session, have they, to get through or to set a blister in time yet. So we'll just wait and see when everyone's warmed up in Q2 in a couple of minutes, a few minutes time.
Definitely be interesting to see as well what if everybody goes onto softs or if there's a little bit of a few different strategies depending on the weather during the race. Obviously we know it can absolutely lash it down around here. So it'd be interesting to see what is going on in the race. If anybody is watching the stream and is racing, and if you could let us know, that'd be great.
We've got a comment from Jag saying, let's go Aya, or Aya Vic, and where is Kurt Boy? I don't know who Kurt Boy is, but we're missing him as Fatality goes pole.
No, I don't think there is. I haven't seen anything, so unless Kurt Boy is joining for the race or joins through Q2 or Q3, or if he just can't make it tonight, which is unfortunate as he has looked pretty pacey the last few weeks as well. So, but yeah, obviously the track definitely, must be getting up to speed now as Fatality 7/10 quicker than Maz. So it'd be interesting to see if anybody does go back out, wants to try and bit of gamesmanship, bit of one-upsmanship as well.
I've just heard, that Kurt Boy is joining for the race, so we should be able to get a new addition onto the grid during this qualifying session, or some point during the qualifying session. So that will take us up another driver. So add to the spectacle in the race.
It's one more driver to lose my voice on.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll be starting obviously right at the back of the grid, so we'll have choice of tyres and everything, but that might actually be helpful around this race because you're not. Well, obviously depending on the weather, we haven't heard what the weather's like yet. We've only gone out to give you something to talk about. You can thank us later, says Becca. Thank you very much, Becca. We were talking about other stuff anyway. It's fine. But yeah, so I can't remember what I was saying now. But yeah, adding to the grid for the race anyway, that we'll be able to choose his compounded tyre that he wants to start on, and depending on the weather, he can start on probably on the mediums or even the hards.
Definitely, I
Becca,
think.
whilst you're commenting, sorry, Dan, whilst you're commenting, could you tell us what the weather's going to be doing in the race? Because that would be really helpful.
Yeah, I mean, at least be helpful on like your FIFA playing. Like, let's have something going on here.
It's the Welsh Chavy is just not
abysmal performances for the last couple of nights I've seen. And they're getting red cards everywhere. You know, I'm not one for getting red cards personally.
No, exactly. Doesn't come across in your play, does it?
Not at all. But no, I definitely think the hard. If you're outside the top 10, you'd be silly to start on anything else other than the hards. So you can go long. Safety cars don't affect you either. But sorry, carry on. Carry on.
I have great intel. It's a dry race, and even better, it's cloudy. For a detailed answer, is what Becca has told me. So for a detailed answer, it's going to be cloudy for the whole race, but it also is going to be dry for the whole race as well. So there will be no wets. Well, there could be wets used if they wanted to, but there should not be any wets used in the race itself because it's going to be dry.
I mean, it would be ideal if you could tell us the time slots of when this cloud starts and finishes, but obviously can't give us that yet.
Velocity just said Welsh Chavy should be released. I wholeheartedly agree on that one. I think it's a very fair comment. We'll find out later on in the season. Becca has said in a good way or a bad way. I'm guessing that's to be the released version of the Welsh Chavy, but I'm guessing it'll be in a bad way if you got released because it's on bad terms. But we'll find out again later on in the season. Velocity says terrible, and then Becca says, "Oh, sorry, boss." Yes, so there we go.
I believe that transfer will be on a free as well. I don't think as well. You know, nobody wants to be paying money for abysmal performances, do they?
Yeah, exactly. Not going in my fantasy team, says Velocity. I think wasn't going to be included in anyone's fantasy team, of course, because the Welsh Chavy is not very good. There we go.
The therapist needs to do some work later then.
Oh well, no mention of him. He's too dangerous. Something about prices in the women's game, but I thought they were on equal pay now, which is good. Well, I thought I saw a notification that the England men and women's team were now getting paid the same equal pay.
You're just saying that's good because you're on stream now, obviously.
Ah. I did say the England men and women's team, not the Welsh England men and women's team. So maybe it's different for Wales. Sorry, Becca. But in England, where we are in the 21st century, we have both of our national teams for both the men and the women on equal pay, which is really nice.
Well, after the performance today, I don't even think they should even be getting paid. Shocking.
Well, that's Dan's point of view, and Becca has now put some clapping emojis into the chat. So, clap, 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 in Becca's words. And we're just waiting for Sammy to cross the line. I don't know if he's realised he's the last one out there and doesn't need to set a time, but we'll find out. Maybe he's just going for a few more practice runs.
Well, with all that FIFA chat, we've missed Phil Mitchell up in P4 there.
VIL Mitchell, you mean?
Sorry. Phil Mitchell with a 110.1. Just laying that marker down, just showing the people around him, he's not here to mess about.
He's doing a pretty good job, I think, with this season so far. We're obviously turning off all of his assists at the beginning of the game, being a brand new game as well. So, yeah, P4 for him in Q1 isn't too bad. We're just waiting for the guys now in the pits to retire so we can crack on with Q2. What do you think of Fatality's time there, Dan? And it was 7 tenths quicker than P2, so it's quite interesting that.
He's definitely hit the hammer down. If he carries on in that fashion, then I fully expect him to completely walk it, mate. In all honesty.
Yes. No, I completely agree with you. I think that's fantastic time from Fatality there. Obviously 7 tenths, or 6.5 tenths, we should say, really, clear of Maz, who might have lagged out.
I mean, if you want to be pretentious, mate, we know you go 6.5 tenths, but you know.
Yeah, well,
no, if you really want it to be
6.5, really, isn't it?
It's 6.5. It's 0.657, mate. If you really want it to be like that, but it's fine.
I can't do the maths that, but I knew it was 6.5, something around there. But you know,
no quick maths.
So yeah, well, quick maths, yeah, exactly. Well, very good from you. Well done. But I was just going to say it's absolutely brilliant time, and I think that if he carries that on into Q2, Q3, of course, and the race, he will be flying high, and maybe even put it on pole.
Well, obviously, we don't want any snooze fest like it is in real life at the moment. So, if the guys behind can, guys and gal would could up their times and maybe get closer, then
you're
even
right.
better.
It's 0.657. Great maths.
I mean, it doesn't take much to read it off the left hand side, there, mate. But,
right, it's on the right hand side. Come on.
I know my math.
He's meant to be the lead commentator here. He's meant to know what's going on, and he doesn't.
I don't know my left and right, but I can know my times, mate. That's what it matters.
He could do the maths, but he can't do the left and right. Okay, that's helpful. In the words of Shaggy, it wasn't me, says Velocity International League. So, yeah, that's nice from Velocity International League. Thanks for that. Okay, really helpful. You comment that.
Read the comment above, Nosy. Come on.
Oh, sorry. I thought I'd read that one already. Please don't get us copyrighted again. It says Velocity Games, and Velocity International League says, in the words of Shaggy, it wasn't me. So just to clear that up, obviously, Velocity International League was replying to the comment from Velocity Games. So it's all good now, and we're on to Q2.
Context is key.
Exactly. We got there eventually. So
it's a slow burner.
So, well, this one, what do you think people are going to start on? Do you reckon they're all going to go and start on the softs, or got Rembo there on the medium, it looks like?
Look, mediums could be great for a delta, or even if you can set a solid lap on them, then yeah, it's great to start on them, you can go longer. But softs will be, I think, as Sammy has either lagged out the session more than likely.
I'll invite him back.
But no, I definitely think softs would be the tyre of choice going into the race for some of these guys. But yeah, no, if you can set a half decent time on mediums, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get into the top 10, hopefully.
Yeah, I think it's possible. Do you reckon they could probably go mediums to softs in this race, or maybe it'll be mediums to hards?
I think you could probably, it's a better bet as medium to hard. You don't want to be struggling and getting pounced on, as in the words of one of the commentator, Dross Das, you don't want to be getting hounded like a shark with knees.
No, definitely not. That'd be terrible.
You know, Jaws theme ringing in my ears right now. You don't want that at all. So,
yeah.
But no, I think medium hard would be the better strategy. You can do soft medium medium or soft medium soft, but obviously you only lose 25 seconds or whatever the pit lane is. Might be 20 seconds. But you don't want to lose time. You only want to gain it. So it's.
Excuse me, sorry, but I'm so terribly sorry there. But I think if you can start on the softs and then just do a one stop on the hards afterwards, so making the mediums redundant, really.
Yeah, you can. Obviously, then you'd have to be careful through the last few laps on those hard tyres.
Oh, we've got a spinner in sector 1, sector 2. It's NUF1, it looks like, in the twisty section. And he's spinning around. It was the twisty section, and he's lost a bit of his front wing. That's terrible for NUF1, or Phil Mitchell, that is. Or VIL Mitchell, sorry, I should say. So he's going to have to come back round into the pits and fit on a new set of boots.
The proof wasn't that pudding, mate. And the pudding was a spin.
Yes,
unfortunately for VIL Mitchell there.
And it was not a tasty pudding, because he's going to have to come back in and put some new tyres on, and that's just not good. And I think Rembo has invalidated her time on the medium, so she's come back into the pits. So Arya has done a 11.1 to put him on pole position as it stands. Being the first one to set a time makes it easy to do that.
Madden tops that though by 1.1 seconds, and Fatality again looking strong with a 109.5, half a second quicker.
Yeah, just to comment on that though, it is 2/10 slower than his Q1 time, which is interesting.
It is maybe just setting a banker, maybe. Sounds ridiculous with being 2 cents slower, but definitely looking solid again. We've got see this with a 131.6. Solid.
A slow pass, in sector 1, and he's just got out the way. I saw yellow flags fluttering, but as the same for the Renault of Mars, getting out of the way. He's blocking a racing point now. I don't know if that racing point is on a hot lap or not. It was Gods who was blocked there by the Renault of Mars. It looked like, which is unfortunate for the racing point driver. But it's a very narrow track, so it's difficult to get out of the way sometimes on this track.
Definitely, it's like Monaco, just a bit quicker paced. Obviously, it's an old school track. Less walls, but it's an old school track. Less walls, but they replaced it with gravel traps. And obviously, everything is just comes at you. So you need to be on your game, like if you were at Monaco. Shouldn't be any issue for any of these drivers tonight, though. Hopefully.
No, they're all expert drivers and should really crack on and put on a good show I should say. Becca has commented saying, "I never liked the mediums anyway," and then a squiggly face. Yes, unfortunate for Becca, invalidating on her medium run, but she's now put a set of softs on, so she's on her out lap in the Alpha Tauri. Sorry, I nearly died.
Don't do that, mate. Have to draft you in last minute. Can't be doing this on my own.
That's alright. Don't you worry. Here comes Sammy up to the line, and he does an 11.9 on the medium compound tyres in the Mercedes.
They will need to be getting changed for softs, obviously.
I think so. But here comes Rembo now, starting a lap around the long turn 1, which is also the pit exit, which is quite an odd pit exit, isn't it? Any thoughts on the pit exit, Dan?
Pit exit, tricky one. Obviously, you're right in the firing line, and you don't get a breather when you come out of it. You're straight back into it, and obviously you go through turns 2, 3, 4. Cold hards are a nightmare through there, so you've got to take it careful on your first lap out on those hards, but you're better off just throwing caution to the wind, showing them what you got, and Rembo validates again.
Oh dear.
I think she's missing the valley driving, mate. So
yeah, clearly it's not suited to Welsh drivers, this track, and as we can see, it's just she's not been able to get a good competitive lap time in so far in this session, and she needs to get on with it because its time is going to run out if she doesn't get a time in soon. Where are we with other people on track? We've got NUF1 coming round into sector, it's about to end sector 2 now, along the DRS straight into the twisty bit where he binned it last time. And he's managed to keep it going the right way this time, doing a great job there, the Mercedes driver, and he's carrying on, going round the banked final corner. Doesn't kiss any of the curve there on the side of the track there, and up to the line he comes. All of his ERS has been deployed, and he only goes P11 with a 10.6. Maybe he's got some time to improve on in that lap as well.
Definitely, and there is time to still to be left of a session to improve that time, so I fully expect him to. On board with Rembo though, purple through sector 1. Again, don't know how reliable that is, but the main thing now for Rembo is to keep this solid, keep this valid. There's enough time left. Obviously, it's a short track, so plenty of time left to get one more lap in if needs be. But hopefully, she won't. She comes around the final corners now, sticking to the left-hand side, and it will be a 1:10.0, but half a second. Or if you want to be pretentious, 0.44 exactly off Fatality. So Fatality again looking really solid. Seppo's now with a 109.8, so closest contender so far is Seppo's.
Yeah, they were times coming down, as you can see. I think Fatality's actually did his first time on the softs. He's coming back in on the mediums now. Maybe he's decided not go out, set a time on those mediums. Maybe he can't improve. But yeah, Seppo, Maz there, just done a 9.9 as well. So those times are coming down from Q1 on those soft compound tyres as well. So we'll see everybody sort of battling it out, especially towards the lower end of the points paying positions in this qualifying session, so you can get through into Q3.
Definitely setting up to a very close gap between P10 and to P15. A tenth between it. Well, if you look between 10 and P14, there's only 6/10, which isn't a lot. Sammy obviously has got a lot of work to do. 1.5 seconds at the moment off the pace from Ishnology. But Worry Cloud, Aravert, Brandon and See This all in with a shot of getting into Q3. And also you've got to look at Gods and Beefy will need to improve their times, and they could be getting knocked out as well.
Yeah, I think they definitely have to get out there again just to be safe, just to make sure that they are on track in case they need to set a time. Beefy, of course, setting a lap on the medium compound tyre, so has got the option for fitting a brand new set of softs. Well, they all have an option of setting a brand new set of softs. It's just that he's got a extra set as it stands compared to some of the others or at the moment right now. So he could go back out as he's fitted the softs now in the pit, so he can go back out in a minute on the soft compound tyre.
Just a quick one there, Nosey. Brandon's retired from the session in the pits.
He has, yes.
Which might be for strategy, getting on those hards and playing the long game with everybody. But no, definitely a bit of a weird call there, but you can expect them. Obviously, people would have raced down board in a few other leagues, so they know what strategy works best and what doesn't. Unless that is a shout from Brandon there.
Yeah, he might have decided on a different strategy compared to these guys who are obviously, well, the majority of them starting on softs, it looks like. Those that get through in Q3, sorry, anyway. But yeah, maybe he's just like I say, playing the strategy game, or maybe he just didn't feel like going out because he got tired.
Might have just wanted to swift one down the Vic there, mate. That might be what.
There we go.
Well, Philly wanted.
Don't drink and drive.
No, definitely. Always support that one. But Sammy coming to the line. This looks like a slightly better lap, but only puts in P12. 4 minutes left of the session left. There's obviously still time if he puts his foot down to get back to the pits and back out again on a lap.
Plenty of time, yeah. Wonderful. So yeah, good time there from Sammy, doing a good job of improving his time from the previous run at the beginning of the session. Obviously, I think he's cut his time down by 1.4 seconds compared to his previous time on the mediums. So very good from Sammy to jump his teammate at least, and jump the Williams as well of Aya. See This is coming around into sector 3 now through the twisty bit, as I said before, but yeah, done a great job of controlling it through the twisty bit, and around the banking he goes, cutting a bit of curve there, but all good, and he wins it round the final corner as we've got a V8 coming through as well on my side, and I think he improves, but he doesn't improve enough, as Fatality has actually gone faster on the medium compound tyres just now. So that's an interesting time there from Fatality.
He is looking, well, even more in the driver's seat now with those mediums. Obviously, it doesn't matter if you beat it by 1,000th, beat it by 1/10, 100th, it doesn't matter. All that matters is you beat the time, and that's what he's done there. And very good doing it. Let me just find out what his time was before.
I think it was a 109.53 before, so it's literally just
5.66, so he's beaten by 400ths.
Yeah.
But as I said, doesn't matter how you beat it.
Pretty good.
Looking very good again this week. Madden's stopped on track. That is not probably the best.
Again. I think he was just letting traffic through.
It's very risky as you do get disqualified though.
I think, well, it pops up with the timer, doesn't it, to make sure that they know when they need to get going again. But just depends how quickly that traffic goes past you.
Just going to say, there's Rembo out on those mediums saying she doesn't like them. But she strapped them back on again to go for another run.
I suppose unless there's issues in the race where there's safety cars, etc., I don't think she'll need them for the race. Anyway, so might as well go out and do more practice laps on those used mediums and keep going on the qualify into Q3 on the softs that she's already used.
Definitely.
So,
looking pretty looking pretty safe at the moment. Obviously, 4/10 separates the gap from her to Initianology's time. So, unless Initianology can set a blister in time, Rembo does look safe on those soft tyres. So,
we shall see. All will become clear in the next minute and a half, I expect.
Oh, for sure, easily.
Do you reckon? Oh well, that's what I reckon anyway. So.
Well, I should hope so, because that will be the end of the session.
It makes sense, doesn't it? There is a timer there for a reason. But back to some laps. We've got a very slow Haas coming through. Oh, it's an AlphaTauri at the last corner. I think that's Becker.
We'll look at FIFA Beefy though. Obviously on the bubble right now. Purple through sector 2, 4/10 up on his lap. Looking very solid again. And that's a bit of rain.
Is it?
I just saw a bit of rain coming down.
He's gone P2. It is cloudy, isn't it? It's really good. I'm looking at Madden in the pits now, and I was looking at the sky, and it's just completely grey. It is raining on track.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's raining on track. Yeah, it is raining on track. So Becca lied. She said it was going to be dry all session, and she is wrong because it is starting to rain.
I mean, you just can't trust.
Oh my God, Mars has gone off. Oh my goodness, in sector 3, out of the twisty bit, and he just spins it, maybe on traction. He just lost the traction there, out of the way now of Gods, who's just coming through on a lap. Resets the track there as Mars is, there's nobody around him. But massive spin there for Mars, down in P11 as it stands. He's not going to be able to improve on his time now. And he's P11 and he's out of Q2. We've got an AlphaTauri coming round behind him. I think that was Rembo just going through him. But anyway. Sorry, you alright?
I was just looking.
Are you okay?
Stop it!
I thought you just hurt yourself or something.
No, I was looking at Becca's time. She missed out by beating her soft run by 1,000th of a second.
She beat it or didn't beat it?
Didn't.
Oh, that's alright then.
So that's why I gave it a big
expect her to be starting on the softs, really.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter too much at the end now.
Oh, sorry, as See This has just seen the wall and grabbed the gravel trap, and he's definitely not improving on his current time, so we'll be starting P15. I think the rain is playing a bit of havoc now with some of these drivers who have been out on track in the last minutes of this session. It's come down and he's just he's really heated up the tyres there, going into the gravel and just spinning it, and lost a bit of front wing for the Alfa Romeo there, and he's retired on track.
Well, that wall coming out of nowhere for See This. I think he's just retired from the session now, and Ishinology and Mars both missing out. So we've got Mars, Ishinology, Sammy, Brandon and See This all missing out on Q3 with the rain coming down. But guys and girls, we made it into Q3. We've got Fatality, FIFA Beefy, Seppo, Madden, Ashvin, Maz, Rembo, Gods, Warrior Cloud and Aryavert all making it through to the last part of qualifying.
So well done to them. They've done a great job getting through into Q3. The hardest bit of qualifying coming up next. But Becca has said, can we restart quali? Question mark. I think she's joking about that. Starting on 2 hot lap old tyres. So I think that's not very good for you. Obviously they are soft compound tyres, but as Fatality's the only one starting on mediums. But unfortunately, Becca, I don't believe that is allowed. And I'm afraid you're going to have to take it up with the bosses of Velocity International League, as commented above you. And they will be able to sort out your problem for you. But I don't believe we'll be restarting the session for you. My apologies. Velocity International League has commented in reply to this comment from Becker and said, nope, with a laughing emoji. Want to see the struggle, says Velocity International League. So Velocity International League really trying to put Becker through her paces, obviously starting on 2-lap-old soft compound tyres, and wants to see the fight from Becker in the race in the early stages in the first stint. So yes, unfortunately, Becker, Velocity International League has said no, you cannot restart the quali, and you will have to start on the 2-lap-old soft compound tyres that you have already used in Q2. You will not have the quali. And I think my co-commentator has died, so I will carry on with this one.
I was
Seppo has come out. Sorry.
there.
Sorry, we'll come to that in a minute. There's been a new comment. Seppo has come out on track. It looks like it's going to be intermediates for Q3, so very different to what they're used to. As Seppo's really fighting to gain control of that car in the middle of Sector 1. And I'll leave it to Dan as I read out the next comment.
Well, we are going to find out who is the master of the moist conditions tonight, and who can grab that illustrious pole position going into turn 1. Nosy, if you'd like to read out the comments there, mate.
Oh yeah, sorry. One more. So after this, there seems like there's a bit of a commentary going on in the comments as well. It seems Becker has replied to Velocity International League comments saying that that they want to see the struggle of Becker in the actual race and not restarting the quali. Becker has said to that absolutely unbelievable and protesting. So she will be protesting the announcement made by Velocity International League in the comments section. Velocity International League has come back to her and said the protest is denied. You will not have the new tyres, which is very true. Of course, she's on 2-lap-old tyres, so she will not have the new tyres. Sam Waller has said stuck on preset 3. Wouldn't load my custom setup. So unfortunate for Sam Waller, but hopefully it helps you somehow in the race. I don't know how. Probably not.
Masterful commentary there from Alex Knowles. You wouldn't get it anywhere else. As Araverk has binned it.
Oh, that's out of the final corner. Oh,
it does get very slippery around there, so it is expected. But obviously, starting P10 now, it'll be interesting to see. But we're going to ride on board with Maz coming through. You know what? I haven't even loaded up my Delta, so I have no idea what time he's done there. Apologies for that one. Slipping off the ball. Blame that one on Nolsey. Yeah,
that's my fault again. I mean, I'm Valtteri Bottas, really, to be fair, but...
and a rude boy!
That's what I've got to do. As Maz comes across purple again, I think he might get the fastest time in this lap. Possibly. Hang on, we've got another Worry Cloud. No, he's Seppo's invalidated, sorry. So Maz is going to come across the line and set the fastest lap of the session so far in the Racing Point. What's it going to be? It might be a bit faster. I mean, it's lower than the soft compound tyres because obviously it's raining, and he does a 19.7, which is great.
A solid first lap from Maz there. Teammate God's now coming towards the line, but we won't run with fatality quickly. Takes P1 by 3/10, and God's with a 19.9. So half a second so far, split in the top 4. Obviously Worry Cloud must have made a mistake somewhere there.
That's more than half a second there, sorry.
Huh? I said the top 3,
top
mate.
4.
I said top 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Top 3, top 4, still the same.
Proceed.
Sorry, sir. Thank you. Madden and Worry Cloud with a little bit of time to find 3 seconds off the pace. Seppo's going again. Purple through sectors 2. A little bit of wheel spin coming out of the stadium section now. Through the hard banking in the wet. Sticking tight to the right hand side. Letting the car drift out just a little bit on the run down towards the line now. What time can he set? 19.7. Puts him P2.
Very good, very good.
Looking oh so close to the top 4 here.
It's making. I think the rain's made it a bit closer up top, hasn't it?
Definitely Fatality isn't getting it all his own way at the moment. As now we've got front of ball with Beefy. There's the only other person out on track to set a lap time yet. Ashton and Rembo in the pits, and obviously Aravert lost control of the car and is out of Q3. But
terrible incident.
As Beefy dropped the back end coming over the brow of the hill, so he's stepped off the lap now. That is it for the time being. As I don't know if Good Gods is going again. Maybe. Oh no, he's lost the car! Lost the car! No damage though.
Me.
It's a good save at the end.
And he just drives it straight into a wall. That's a wall there, mate. Watch out. We want to get out of the way of this Haas coming round as well. As Madden's coming round into carrying on into Sector 2. But Gods has got going again now, so he's getting out of the way of the next driver, which is going to be Ask as well, who's on an out lap as it stands.
Beefy setting a 25-1. Obviously he stepped off it towards the back end of Sector 1, but he's going to go again straight away. Try and rectify that, try and get himself onto P1 and maximise the starting position on those soft compound tyres. Very smooth on the throttle, coming out of the banking. Now up towards the downhill right, just where we lost it just before. A little bit of a lift, as it should be, down into 5th. Gets on the power nice and smoothly. It's a 34-1. He's going to be 5 seconds up on his time as he stepped off it, but needs to keep it smooth now for the rest of the lap. Takes a little bit of a wider exit. If you touch that curb on the inside, it can upset the rear end. He's got a little bit of a snap of oversteer there, so I had to correct that. Loses a little bit of time, but coming up towards Sector 2. I think he's gained 3/10 through that sector, so again, it's still looking strong.
Yes. 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 Pole position.
That has put him in provisional pole at the moment. There's Nosey, I think, is taking a break, taking a breather with his commentary from in homage to Alan Partridge, the best sporting commentator you will ever see. With that beautiful Sector 3 commentary, you won't find that anywhere else. That was liquid commentary, ladies and gentlemen.
I would have to say, I've studied the great man of myself and had to take a leaf out of his book.
Absolutely beautiful stuff there.
Beautiful racing. Liquid racing.
Cephos has binned it on the start-finish straight.
Oh my dear.
That's coming off the banking onto the flat as well, so not the,
it really is perilous. It really is.
It is. It's definitely looking that way right now with 3.5 minutes left in the session now. Ashton, the only person to not set a time, but coming up to the end of Sector 1. Now he's on his out lap, so don't even bother listening to what I'm saying.
We'll go to the comments, shall we?
Actually, hang on. We'll go to Fatality first. He's gone quicker with a 1:18.9. So takes control of the session back again with only 3 minutes left now. Sorry, no, back to you, mate.
Very interesting, yes. I was going to say, mirroring that comment, the Fatality, of course, keeping up his record in this quality session so far, doing a great job. Anyway, Hunter has said, Pillars lad, who you got on tonight? I mean, who you got with you tonight? And Danny Mason says, Evil, it's Walker here, lad. He's with Nosey. Hunter said, I thought I recognised the voice. And Danny Mason says, Pillars laugh kills me. Laughing emoji. Kurt Boy has joined the session.
Well, that'll make one viewer very happy, but Kurt Boy is now in the session. But we will go back on board with Raspin, and see what sort of lap time you can set. Hopefully it's competitive. There's yellow flags just ahead. Gods is in the wall. Gods has put it in the wall coming out of the banking. So obviously it's tricky there in the wet. And he's just lost control of the car. So that'll be his qualifying session over and done with. Ashwin now coming over the brow of the hill down towards the right. He's put it on the grass. Luckily he stepped off the throttle to make sure the car doesn't get upset too much. Warren Cloud getting out of the way nicely there. The 36-1 in the split for Ashwin there. Looking okay. Looking pretty solid so far, as this will be his one and only laps time getting set. 57.7 through the second split. I think Knowlesy's either run away or decided to shut up for a minute.
Apologies, I was just getting my composure gathered for the big race that's coming up in a minute.
See how it is, mate. I like your style. It's a 1:22.1 from Aston. Puts him, well, stays P9 with that lap time. Who will be next? We'll go on board with Maz coming to the end of sector 2. See what he can set. He will get one more crack if he needs it. He's half a second up already. Looking very, very good right now.
It's going to be tight at the top.
Who will get that pole position? About another minute we'll find out. People on their laps.
It's the waiting that's the worst part, really, isn't it?
It definitely is, mate. Always. He's lost a bit of time in that last sector. If he was smart about it, he would have put enough fuel on for another run. But from the way he's going about that, I don't think he has. Mazny scattered away because he's got Rembo behind him. And does. Let's see if Rembo can put herself up into the top 3.
Oh, Madden with a nice 19.5 there in the hat. Great time there for a Madden.
Puts himself up to P4, solid qualifying for Madden there. Rembo 4 tenths up, so... And Warren Cloud retired in the pits, and nothing.
Oh, Gods has just put it on pole.
That's
incredible.
Could be this fatality crosses the line, but I think he was out of time before he did.
Naughty. That's very naughty, Andy.
That could be naughty. He could have been a naughty boy there. Back to Rembo, 6 tenths up on a lap.
We'll put her around P4. That'll be pretty good from Rembo if you can get it there. I think you've got to be careful coming around the banking here as she's back onto the straight. And like I said, 6 tenths faster there. Yeah, well, about 7 tenths faster there. Just about. P4. So yeah, up to P4 for the Alpha Tauri driver. So he's back in the pits.
And the last person who got a lap is fatality. Obviously,
if he can jump Gods.
Could have been a naughty boy there, so he might feel the wrath of the stewards later. But in the meantime, we will carry on with him. A 10th up, that's all he needs really to get on pole. He's driven well. To be fair to him, he's driven really well. For the first, for all 3 qualifying sessions so far. Let's see what he can do now on the run up to the line. What can he do? It will be. Give it a minute.
Fastest, but I can't really tell.
It's not. It is.
Yeah,
and that is pole position.
Oh, excellent racing.
And
by 2.5 tenths of a second. That's amazing.
I mean, it is a solid lap, but I think the stewards might be having a little look at that lap time. Just see when he crossed the line. Obviously, there is a glitch going on in the game at the moment, so hopefully he hasn't abused that and taken pole of Gods like that.
I think I have left the session, so someone needs to invite him back so that he can get back in his car quickly for the race. if anybody who has him as a friend could do that, that'd be great, because obviously he needs to get back in.
And pretty sharpish, just so he doesn't miss out on picking his car.
I think he's already out. Looking at the column on the right, it's not showing his name, so unfortunately might have lost someone.
Let's have a little look, see if anybody can, or see if I can. Right. Yeah.
I believe Dan has done something, because it sounds like he's been trying to do something.
What I need you to do, mate, just give me 1 second. I'm trying to get him in before this starts, because you know what Cody's are like. They love to throw a spanner in the works.
They do. We're off on the formation lap, so everyone's over their strategies. I think he'll be too late. He'll be able to join in, but he won't be able to take control until the race starts now. So we'll have to wait and see if he can join him back in, and then he'll have to take control, but he won't be able to actually do anything until probably about turn 1, when it usually lets you take control.
What was that?
I think a bit of hanky-panky between the two of them.
That is not what you want. Cold tyres?
Definitely not. No, cold tyres. The hanky-panky has been dealt, and they are both out. And of course, if they are involved in any hanky-panky during the formation lap, they do get disqualified, regardless of who was the person at fault. It disqualifies both of you, which isn't very nice, but unfortunately that's the way it goes.
But what we're going to do now is put you on through the starting grid. So we have Fatality taking pole position over Gods. On the second row we have FIFA Beefy, followed by Rainbow. Obviously, said about those 2 hot lap old tyres, so that might come back to Costa in the early stages of the Grand Prix. Maz and Madden takes up P5 and P6. And P7 and P8 we have the two McLarens. Arava has just joined again. We have Sepos and Warrior Cloud. Ashman in P9, Aravic in P10. Mars starting on those hard tyres, so looking to go long in the first stint in P11. Ishnology in P12, Sammy P13, Brandon in P14, Celis in P15, and Kurt Boy obviously missing out on quali but rounding up the grid in P16.
Should be an exciting race.
It is looking that way. Hopefully they can provide the action. As cars now are just setting up to the grid, ready for the start of this race. As Kurt Boy is now finishing up on his starting blocks. Now, are the lights going to go red for us? I mean, at the moment they're not going.
This is odd.
I'm going to say someone is... I'm seeing a lot of dodgy connections right about now. And I don't know who it is. So, I think for the second time, we might have to restart, which would give one Welsh lady a very, very happy face.
Agreed, and she has just commented saying restart question mark with about 500 heart emojis. Or heart face emojis, apologies. Got the emoji wrong.
I mean, come on, Knowles, you meant to be Knowlesy not emoji expert here. Knowlesy expert?
I'm terribly sorry.
It's fine, see how it is.
I did correct myself. Becca says brand new soft tyres question mark and more heart face emojis. Velocity Games says suspension is looking good. The suspension or the suspense? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Blame the commentator, says somebody called Dan. Always need a restart with this hyena, says the same commentator. Becca Jones says, nah, I've been saved, smiley face. And Ish says, what's happening, question mark. Velocity International League says, you will not have the new soft tyres, you will need to work them to the percentage you had them. I think that will be difficult, but possible, probably on a formation lap. Becca Nat says, wow, now, sexism. So she's now calling you sexist. I mean, Velocity International League is being called sexist.
I mean, it's easy for them to play that sort of card, though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Right. So we'll just sit here for a bit and wait for somebody to make a decision.
Well,
my rating host. The host has left.
Blue screen.